it just goes backwards.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, the kickoffs are going to land on the 35-yard line, on the same place you go. Whoop. I mean, it is like
boomerang.
Wind is whipping out there. Again, PSA, I heard Jen and Bill talking about this at the end of the early game today. If you're planning to go to the game tonight, which you should, and you're planning the tailgate, which you should, leave your tents at home.
Yeah.
We were, have y'all seen the video of this dude? There's an umbrella blowing down the beach, and he's got another umbrella, and he tries to throw it to like spear the umbrella that's being blown down the beach to keep it from going. And then it zooms out and there's like 45 umbrellas chasing him down the beach.
No.
That's what I'm imagining it's going to look like in parts of Gamecock Park, unless you leave your tents home, which is what you should do. Okay, before we get too much further into South Carolina SC State, give you a chance to win some money.
It's time for your chance to win $100 and qualify for the $25,000 grand prize in our $25,000 signing bonus contest. Just text the following national keyword to 95819. Your national keyword to text is
Vault. 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 Verb to launch something or someone. As in
text
a
that national keyword to 95819. Standard text messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. The $25,000 signing bonus contest on 107.5 The Game.
I'm going to start doing this like the spelling bee.
Could you use it in a sentence?
I have a hotkey for that actually, and I'm supposed to use it whenever anybody uses like a big word or says something that sounds really smart.
Iridocyclitis.
Have y'all seen that one? Anyone want to take a crack at spelling iridocyclitis?
Nope.
No.
Not a chance.
Wes?
No.
Dude in the weight room, not in the spelling bee, I guess.
No. I did go to districts in the spelling bee when I was in elementary school.
Really?
And I lost to a 7th grader.
Don't you have a story on that?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a story.
Before.
I must have told you the story.
Yeah. Might be an off the air story.
No, I mean, well, it's nothing vulgar. I was like in 3rd grade.
No, I just meant.
Well,
the word is beep.
Yeah. No, it's not like that. I can tell the story sometime.
Tell it.
So I think I was in. I was definitely in elementary school. I was somewhere between 3rd and 5th grade. It was a long time ago. So I won the school spelling bee.
On what word?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Congratulations.
Probably like dog. I mean, something easy. It's elementary school. So I made districts, and districts, I guess for some reason you're a lot of ages. So I was going against a 7th grader. So I got down to the final 2.
Preston can't believe it.
So with that,
what do you mean?
That's not fair.
Yeah, right. It's not. So we were down in the final 2. She probably would have eventually. I was just prolonging the inevitable. She probably would have beat me. But they said this word, and I misheard the word, and I didn't really. I don't know if I was nervous or whatever. I think maybe I probably had him say it again, but the word was buckboard.
Okay, we should have bleeped this one. That's not a word.
Buckboard is a word. I asked him. I do remember asking for a definition. And buckboard, by the way,
that seems very easy, though.
Yeah,
right.
No, maybe I didn't ask for a definition. So
I don't know if the definition would help me with that one.
Compound word.
An open 4-wheeled horse-drawn carriage with seating that is attached to a plank between the front and rear axles. So, like, it said buckboard, and I think I must have not asked for a definition. I think I just asked him to repeat it or something. And so I spelled it B-U-T-T.
Buttboard.
So I said buttboard, and so I lost.
That's funny.
Her next word was probably like
milk.
Yeah, something chicken. I do remember after like I heard her word, and I was like, really, I think I won like a $100 savings bond or something for getting second place, which was cool. It'd be worth $2 million nowadays.
Yeah, and launched your career as a writer. That's amazing.
Yeah, it did.
Man, shout out to my very stable grandparents who would give me savings bonds. I'd be like, what in the world am I going to do with this thing? Now I think I have like $250 saved up, man.
That's awesome.
$25 saving bonds.
It's worth $250.50 now. You got it like 30 years ago.
For sure.
That
Appreciate you,
security, ladies and gentlemen. That is recession proof. That's really good.
Yeah, so that's my funny spelling. Feel free to make fun of me. It's fine.
I think everyone just feels bad for you that they gave you such an unequal matchup. That's terrible.
Yeah, Wes has a picture of a buck, not buckboard, but you do sit on it.
Mm-hmm. With your,
you know what? Maybe I did ask for the definition, and they were like talking about the seating. I'm like, butt board, yeah, it's on a wagon.
And you're in third grade. That's probably hilarious.
Big
too.
call.
That's really good. Any other?
That should be a butt board.
Yeah,
looking at
makes a lot more sense. What's buck? Doesn't make any sense. There a deer on it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Giannis
got to talk
invented
about
it.
the game.
Yeah, please.
Any spelling bee
We're
stories
going off
from
the
Wes or
entire
Preston now that
audience.
we're here?
Nah, it wasn't a spelling bee guy.
Yeah. I don't even think we had a spelling bee at our school, which is weird. We had a geography bee.
Oh, y'all were really deep in.
I would have done even worse at
Was
that.
anyone an mathlete?
We had tons of mathletes. Yeah, we had some high quality mathletes.
Nerd.
I was not a mathlete. We did have mathletes. Drew was a mathlete.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just well, I don't know. Maybe that will surprise the listening audience. There's one friend that I know that might have a higher IQ than Drew, but I'm pretty sure he has the highest IQ of anyone I know. So math guy. I mean, all the numbers that he throws out. Anyway, why are we talking about the spelling bee?
I don't know, but I had a theory just come to mind, and
Yeah.
we can get to South Carolina State. High IQ equals I'm going to watch ESPN the Ocho. I think everybody involved with that they're too smart.
Yeah.
So they have to find dumb things to get involved with because their brain just can't function on regular.
Everyone watching is high IQ and everyone's playing on the opposite end of the IQ spectrum, maybe.
Hey, that's not true. That is very
just mean.
disrespectful. The air guitar people are very smart.
That's
You're right.
Come on.
That's true.
They understand music at a different level.
That's right. They don't even need to. They don't need to hear it in real life. They can just hear it in their brains and imagination. Gosh, where do we go from here?
I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about this matchup possibly between Shaq Davis and South Carolina secondary?
Yeah, I mean they're probably. I think there are a few guys you got to watch offensively. I mean, Wes made a good point yesterday in that SC State. Didn't you say they've run the ball more this year, right? Than even that they've passed the ball.
I was not a mathlete, but from what I could tell, they did run the ball more times this year so far than they have thrown the football.
Okay, that seems like an easy computation. So
yeah, but that's probably one of your better, just game within the game, fun matchups to watch in this game, particularly if we get him matched up with Cam. I mean, that's two guys that are going to be on some NFL lists. Cam obviously already is. I'd imagine Shaq is too. I mean, SC State puts guys in the league every couple of years, so I think that's a fun matchup to watch.
Is it Cam though?
Well, I don't know how it's going to end up being. I mean, Cam's played more outside lately when he's been in. Obviously, he missed a couple of games, but
part of that's been Darius Rush absence last game was part of that because they've been pretty content to let Marcellus do his thing on the outside as well.
Yeah, and
he's a little longer than Cam, I think, right? They've
kind of locked DQ into that nickel spot. I mean, he played every meaningful rep there. So I think they've been content just kind of letting him learn as he goes there. RJ has brought a little bit more depth back to the safety spot, so DQ isn't as needed there.
And Spalding's expected to play tonight as well.
Expected to play, so you got a little more depth at nickel. Darius Rush will not play.
Right.
So I'd imagine you're going to have Marcellus and Cam outside again. So it's just going to depend on, formationally where he lines up. And if South Carolina wants to, they're not, I don't think a trail team matchup hey, you follow that guy, but I think they could be if they wanted to be today.
Another one for people who are watching the game, defensive end Jablonski Green. He's number 34, I believe. He's very talented.
Great name.
He will, Jablonski's great name. He's defensive end. I'll be looking to see how he plays against our offensive tackles. He's probably has a chance to be an NFL guy type of dude. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays against. And another, bringing the conversation back, I think you all said that 80% of their rosters from South Carolina. Jablonski's from Lamar. So another small town guy who probably grew up wanting to play in that stadium. So I'm sure he's going to be fired up to get out there and play tonight.
they've got several guys that are just really good athletes, man, and that I think could match up with South Carolina. BJ Davis, the linebacker, is another one. Long, athletic kid from South Point. I remember watching him in high school, and some of the guys I knew up there being like, this is one of those kids that hasn't played a lot of football in his life and is just sort of learning the game, but athletically looked like a Power 5 guy. And the question then was actually, is he going to be a wide receiver? Is he going to be a tight end? Hadn't played as much defense, but he's one of those like guys that has a big frame, and I think he's put on weight, has come on really strong at linebacker. I think he's leading them in tackles now. And I think he's a potential NFL guy as well. So they have some players on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and this is not to do the coach speed thing and saying like, watch out, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is to say like, if you see 34 on South Carolina State making a couple plays, don't think the sky is falling because maybe the left tackle got beat, because this guy is good also. Or if you see Shaq Davis maybe go up and make a catch over somebody, just have in your mind that, this is an NFL guy that's making this catch.
Right. Or if Jalen Nichols is just absolutely mauling the defensive end, it's like, that's a good player that he's winning
on the flip side. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got accused on our live podcast of Lou Holtzing this game. And but we were literally having a very similar conversation. We're just like, hey, here are the guys to know. Here are the guys that could give South Carolina some issues. We're like, we're still predicting South Carolina to win the game handily, but these are kind of their best players. Like, part of the job here is to give the fans an idea of, here's some guys to watch for the opponent.
I think most people like to know what they're looking at, have some ideas, be an educated viewer. That's good. And look, I'm as quick as anybody to talk about y'all. I'm not going to say we. There was definitely some Lou Holtzing of the Georgia State game. A lot of Lou Holtzing of the Georgia State game. I don't think we're Lou Holtzing this game.
Well, the Georgia State game was pretty close for most of the game.
Yeah, well, because Carolina was ass for most of the game. So.
Well, but if you're...
Georgia State's not going to... They're not going to really be competitive in their conference, it doesn't look like.
It
did lose to Charlotte.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Charlotte might be the worst team in FBS.
For the... For that game, though, if the Lou Holtzing of the situation is kind of like, they're going to come in here and cause us some problems, they're right. You know what I mean?
I guess
not to say how some coaches will like play a team, and you've seen it in win or lose situations, and at the post-game press conference will be like, that's a really good team we beat, or that's a really good team we lost to. They're probably going to be in the national title game, and you look back and the team's like 5-7.
Right. Well, but like Marcus Satterfield is still talking about how good that Georgia State defense is. And I'm just like, I do not get, they gave up 35 the next week to North Carolina. They gave up 42 to Charlotte, and then they just gave up 41 to Coastal. Carolina scored 14 points on offense in that game. So I'm not really interested.
Right. At least they didn't, I think we were wondering like what would be said going into the Charlotte game.
Yes.
There was no pumping up of the defense. No. And we didn't get to hear from the coordinators, but Beamer talked about some of the individual players, but it wasn't like he got up and said,
well, there's ways to like coach speak it where you're not overselling the opponent, but you're not being disrespectful. He was like, you can see that the players are understanding what they want their new defensive coordinator for them to do more. And it's like, okay, that's code for like, they're really bad without saying it. So that was good. I was hoping that they didn't, and they didn't. And they haven't for this week, I don't think either.
BJ Davis, by the way, the linebacker that Wes was talking about, undersized because he was high school receiver, 6'2", 190, but he's got 19 solo tackles. He's got 33 tackles this season, 2 picks, including a 94-yard interception return. We were talking about that yesterday, too. If you're a linebacker and you return a pick 94 yards for a touchdown, you got some athleticism.
You can run.
So that's a guy to watch.
Very good. Anyone else?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just want to make sure you understand that we're not trying to do that. Not trying to say that watch out. But what we are saying is that if you enjoy, if you want to know what you're looking at on the other side of the ball, and like you said, if this guy makes plays, which he probably will at some point tonight because he's a playmaker, kind of understand that he might be. You know how when coaches say, I have these guys I wouldn't trade anybody for another player. He might be one of those guys that Clayton White in his quiet time might trade some of his dudes for. And I'm not putting word in Justin Stepp's mouth, but maybe he would say like, I'll take Shaq over there.
Yeah.
So that's all
I'd
I'm
be
saying.
happy to be coaching that guy.
There you go. That's a better way to say it. I would love to have coached him.
If Shaq was in the portal, then South Carolina's probably going to call him.
He'd get a phone call.
At least see what's up.
We just see what's going on.
Yeah. I like it.
Kendrell Flowers, their running back from Irmo, another good solid player. South Carolina looked at him in the recruiting process.
You'll probably know personally every single player on this roster, don't you?
I wouldn't say that.
No,
have you had a conversation with at least half of the players on this team?
I interviewed Kendrell Flowers back in the day because Carolina took a fairly hard look at the possibility of offering him. I think that was when Bentley was the running backs coach.
Okay.
And he camped at Carolina, and it just never happened. He ended up going to Wake Forest, but transferred out of there, ended up at SC State.
Very good. Other matchups, 803-404-6100. Any matchup that you specifically are looking at, let us know in the Love Chevy phone line or in the text line. You can get all of us on Twitter at Pearson Fowler, at Coach P Tweets, at GC Chris Clark, and at Wes Mitchell GC. I got a poll question too, wondering what you want to see specifically from South Carolina. Give you some updated results and get Wes and Chris's thoughts on the poll question next.
The early game with Bill Gunter and Jen Jensen.
South Carolina does what they need to do. They won a game by 36. They blew someone out. They ran the football. Those things you can at least be positive about this morning.
Yep, no doubt. You finally got to be sitting in Williams-Brice Stadium in the fourth quarter, and you were able to relax a little bit. I think one thing that Shane said one time is dead on, and I really appreciate the fact that he said it. Hey, we're always going to celebrate wins.
On your home of the Gamecocks, 107.5 The Game.
This is Damon Amendolara with your CBS Sports Minute. Bill Belichick is known for stonewalling questions about, anything. But his answers in the face of the Mac Jones injury are particularly silly. When pressed on Mac's high ankle sprain, Bill said, "You think I looked at the MRI?" "Yeah." He basically said, "You think I spoke to the doctors?" "Well, yeah. Yes, we do, Bill." This is Damon Amendolara.
CBS Sports
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks Nyquil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just one dose of Vicks Nyquil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks Nyquil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed.
Get what you want and pay over time when you use your Lowe's Advantage Card. Now through October 26, 2022. Ask for 0% APR with 36 fixed monthly payments on a product installation or appliance purchase of $1,000 or more. Shop for the appliances you want in-store or online. Or go to the store nearest you for installation. Now at Lowe's. Offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store Lowe's.com for details. U.S. only.
High school coverage on 107.5 The Game is sponsored by Love Chevrolet.
Guys, if you've been using or wanting to try Viagra but are worried about the cost, we have great news. You can finally get real results at huge discounts with the generic form of the little blue pill at TryMaleMD.com. That's right, you can now get the generic form of Viagra that works just the same with the same active ingredient but 90% cheaper. Yes, I said you can get the same results as Viagra but 90% cheaper. But you have to go to this exclusive address, TryMaleMD.com. Never pay pharmacy prices of $15 a pill or more. Get the same results for as little as $1.30 a pill. And get it 100% online at TryMaleMD.com. No expensive or awkward doctor's visits required. You really can have those breathtaking, toe-curling moments again and again. Results are guaranteed. Just go to TryMaleMD.com. Answer a few simple questions, and your free 12-month prescription can be approved in just hours and shipped directly to your front door with free, discreet rush shipping. Just go to TryMaleMD.com right now. We'll rush you your supply delivered discreetly to your door. Go to TryMaleMD.com. Go to TryMaleMD.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the South Carolina Army National Guard. Aired by the South Carolina Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gary Ford, 107.5 The Game with my buddy Adam Vance from Sound and Images. Now, Adam wanted to come in, not so much talk about how great Sound and Images is as a business, wanted to address the cufflink controversy of you walking around with your initials on your shirts.
Terry, yes. I do have to address the cufflink issue. And yes, I would appreciate it if you went to soundandimages.net. We've got great commercial audiovisual products for you all day long. My man Paul McKeon, Tom James, I order some shirts. They come with initials. I come in here, I do a spoof, I do a spiff, whatever you call it.
It's a spot. That's okay. It's okay.
It's your world, boss. I do that. And then all of a sudden I get all this grief. I'm walking down the street. I'm going into, you name the store, and all these people are talking about my cufflinks. So now I'm getting my socks monogrammed. I've got my napkins, paper towel, you name it. Thanks, Terry.
Sound and Images, Adam Vance. If you want to reach out to Adam Vance, just go to soundandimages.net or call 803-791-3925.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 107.5 The Game. Stop by or shop online today and see why Herndon Chevrolet makes you smile. It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen with Pearson Fowler, Chris Clark, and Wes Mitchell on the home of the Gamecocks, 107.5 The Game.
Thank you. Welcome back in. Extra point. It is a game day Thursday. When was the last time Carolina played a Thursday game? Surely one of you's done this research by now.
Was the last one. Wes was more of the Thursday expert than I am. I found out yesterday.
You're more of a Friday expert?
Huh?
Like as if he's an expert on all Thursdays.
Yes, he knows the history of every. But I mean, the last one I remember is the 2013 UNC game.
Well, you are forgetting a massive one.
Okay. Whoops.
The 2014 Texas A&M.
Okay, that was Thursday.
That was a Thursday?
I knew it was the SEC Network opener.
That was a Thursday.
Kenny Trill was on a Thursday.
It was absolutely a Thursday because I was on a bus going to a JV football game. Oof. We were trying not to get the results, and people's text messages were just lighting up with, what's going on?
It's a Thursday day game? Because it was light.
I do remember it being light.
It was a night game.
It was a night, but it was still early in the season. It was first game of the season, so it was still light outside.
Okay.
And I just distinctly remember all of us looking at each other. What is happening down there? And we found out.
Wow. Michael Beckham weighing in on my own personal text line.
We did.
And technically, the Mayo Bowl Thursday.
Boo.
Does that not count?
No.
I appreciate. We don't need to boo Michael. He took the time.
I love Michael. He tweets at me sometimes. Listens to the show.
Technically true.
He's one of like 3 people that's nice to me on your boards. But no, that game doesn't count for anything ever.
Okay.
Wasn't that New Year's Day? Or like the 30th maybe?
Before. It was before New Year's.
How far? I remember I was in New York and I wasn't in New York for that long.
It was
it the 30th, the 29th? It was sometime around New Year's, and I was like, there's nothing I would like doing less than watching this football game right now. That means nothing.
If they, I don't want to spend any more time on it than this sentence and maybe have a rebuttal. If they would have lost that game, you would still be talking about how mad you are that they lost that game.
Absolutely not. Because I remember they had that, who'd they get shut out by Virginia?
Yeah. Now people talked about that you didn't talk about that one?
No, I didn't care at all.
Okay.
0%.
A lot of people cared about that.
A lot of people did, yeah.
I'm not one of those people that's trying to have it both ways. Bowl games don't matter. When you win them, when you lose them, when you smoke somebody, when you get smoked, they don't matter.
There you go. Okay. Just making sure you're consistent there.
Absolutely. No.
Okay. Sorry for doubting you.
No, yeah, you should be. You should be.
So the Thursday A&M game is the last one that
I'm not saying it's the last one.
That's the last one I remember.
Same.
Well, you're the Thursday expert. You should know.
It's got to be a site that has that. There's this cool site where you can see
Winsipedia.
Winsipedia. Do they have some kind of calendar feature?
Not that I've seen. It seems like has one function and it does it really well.
Yeah,
very small menu, but I like those places. I don't need a book. Just tell me what you make well, and I'll eat that. Poll question for today. What do you want to see South Carolina do tonight against South Carolina State? Score 50-plus points on offense. Shut out the Bulldogs. Not turn the football over offensively or force at least 2 turnovers on defense. Wes, you never like going first, so you're going first.
I don't mind going first.
When you're the expert, because it's Thursday.
So Michael Beckham also says the opener against the Muschamp opener was that Thursday night.
That's right.
At Vandy.
It was against Muschamp.
That was the last
half
one.
of the people that watched that game, it was against Muschamp.
Yes, September 1st, 2016.
Okay. So not
Elliot
that
Fry,
long ago.
shout out.
There's also a solar eclipse that day, apparently.
That's cool.
Anyway, what was the question?
The question was, oh wow, so they have not played a Thursday game since I've been on the air. This is why this feels so exciting and novel to me, because I've never had an opportunity to talk about a Carolina football game on a Friday. That's cool. The question was, what do you want to see from South Carolina Thursday night? The offense to score 50-plus points? Would you like to see a shutout? Would you like to see the offense not turn the football over for the whole game? Or would you like to see the defense force at least 2 turnovers?
Give me the shutout.
That is correct.
Based on everything we've seen so far, a shutout would mean a pretty dominant, consistent performance. You kept them out of field goal range for most of the game, and your backups probably played pretty well too. So the offense kind of got going last week. If the offense hadn't, had done what they did, then maybe a different answer there. But yeah, I'm pretty strongly in the shutout category.
Chris, we've already given you the right answer, so.
Well, I'm taking the points.
Oh, boo.
Want points.
That's the second most wrong.
Literally
answer.
0 points. South Carolina could give up a safety, or SC State could stumble into a field goal. Give me the 50 points.
All right, here's one for Winsipedia. When was the last time Carolina shut somebody out? The part B of that question is, how many times has Carolina been shut out since they last shut somebody out?
I assume you know the answer to that.
It wasn't the NC State game, was it?
What, like 34-0 game back in 2000? No, they definitely have shut out since then, I would think.
Oh, you don't know?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
So I'm asking you guys.
I thought this was a trivia.
It's just
question.
I guess it could be. Like, for me, it's just beyond living memory. So I don't know.
I'll effort that.
They didn't shut out Charleston Southern.
Nope.
I mean, a shutout in today's college football is very, very difficult. Very hard to come
Hard
by.
to do.
Yeah. I mean, even Carolina a couple weeks ago managed to scrape a touchdown across with 52 seconds left against Georgia to salvage that one. I don't know why I have like a Vanderbilt game in the back of my head. Like, did Carolina beat Vanderbilt like 17-0 one time?
Wait, what did hold on. What did Eastern Illinois score last year?
That was
7.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's popped in my head. I was like, Carolina
46-0.
Yeah,
46-0.
I was like, Carolina won. I was like, I think they won 46-0. I was like, for some reason, I thought they might have tacked on.
I thought it was like 10.
Nope, 46-0.
Wow. Okay. So Carolina's only been shut out once since
I'm
your
an
last
idiot.
shutout. Right? You just won last year, right?
Yeah, Clemson. They got shut out, and that was it.
All right. So Chris wants the points. Wes wants the shutout. Preston said he wanted the no turnovers on offense, and I also went with the shutout. But I'm the no turnovers on offense is like really, that's very interesting to me. That's very interesting. 50% of the voters want to see 50-plus points, which I get.
Yep.
But 49-0 is not 50 points, and that is a shutout, and that's a very convincing result, in my opinion.
Can you explain a little bit further as to why you want to see the points?
Points are fun.
I agree.
think I think so. I'm kind of measuring it like against, like, if SC State gets a field goal in the game. I mean, that's kind of a low bar, right? I mean, that could be.
That's what makes it so impressive.
Right. But I think, like, if Carolina had a whole bunch of possessions in this game, and SC State scored on one of, I don't know, call it 10 possessions, like, that's still very, very good, because you're going to have backups in the game. But if South Carolina gets 10 possessions and they score, people might feel like they need to score on every single one of those possessions against the competition level, So I don't know.
Almost did last week against Charlotte. And
Almost,
NC State's
yeah.
going to be similar.
And I always just lean towards points. I just think, especially with what we've seen from this offense this year, last year, I think people want to see them put 2 games together. It doesn't matter who it's against, be against Irmo, whoever, score points in back-to-back weeks. I just think people would like to see that.
Yeah.
And I think it's entertaining to watch. I mean, shutouts are fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive shutouts are fun.
That's cool. All right. Very good. Y'all let us know. At Pearson Valerie is where you can vote. I accidentally ran the poll for the amount of time that I wanted to, plus a whole extra day. So I won't have final poll results for you at the end of the show, but keep voting. At Pearson Valerie. You can get them on Twitter too. At Coach P Tweets, at Wes Mitchell GC, at GC Chris Clark. You can get us on the text line or in the phone line, 803-404-6100. A few more matchups and a few more thoughts on Carolina and SC State next.
More of the Extra Point coming up next on 107.5 The Game.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train. Sponsored by traininfo.com.
Zero-Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning, the most trusted and reviewed cleaning company in town. Take advantage of their fall sale going on now. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $119 when you mention me, Bill Gunner at 107.5 The Game. Easily schedule your cleaning online at ZeroResColumbia.com.
Holy Schnitzel! Oktoberfest is back. October 7th, 8th, and 9th. 3 days of food, fun, and entertainment for the whole family. Come savor schnitzel and brat sandwiches, giant pretzels, German beer and pastries. Bring the kids for games, prizes, and live German music. Join us October 7th and 8th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and October 9th from noon to 6. Incarnation's Lutheran Church's Oktoberfest on Divine Street at the Greystone Church with the red doors. Admission is free for sinners. Proceeds benefit Lutheran Services Carolinas.
Hi, I'm Linda Burke, and I'm a veteran who loves my job, helping other veterans find work. SC Works offers free career services to help you transition your military skills into a civilian job, learn new job skills, or have us network with employers on your behalf. My success can be yours. Visit veterans.scworks.org or an SC Works Center near you to learn more.
Sponsored by SC Works. SC Works is a member of the American Job Center Network and an equal opportunity employer program. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities.
If you have an IRS problem, getting accurate legal advice could help get all this behind you right now. Hi, I'm local attorney John Ecton with the Ecton Law Firm. To get the best results for our clients, we stay on top of the law and the IRS rules and regulations. It's important to us to get you back on track and in compliance legally without worry for your future. At the Ecton Law Firm, we've handled hundreds of cases for everyday hardworking people like you right here in the Carolinas. Don't face the IRS alone. Know your legal rights. Call me to set up your appointment. The first visit is completely free and confidential. You'll meet with a licensed attorney in person at our office in Irmo, just off I-26. If you're facing IRS wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, call me, John Ecton, at 803-771-9800. That's 803-771-9800. Or go to EctonLawFirm.com. Carolinas, if you have an IRS issue, you need a local attorney. You need me, John Ecton.
South Carolina weather can be a little crazy. Make sure your biggest investment is protected. Call the guys in the powder blue trucks, the Guttermen. They've been providing top-notch service throughout the Midlands for over 40 years. Call the Guttermen today at 791-7147. That's 791-7147.
We keep the clutter out of your gutter. Call on the Guttermen.
Hi, everybody. This is Woody Wyndham here to talk about Pioneer Tree Service, Guy Gant's company. Guy Gant's not with us anymore, but his girls are the Gant girls. You know, Chelsea and Madison. You know some of the things they do at Pioneer Tree Service? Tree and shrub removal, tree pruning and thinning, tree planting, tree bracing, raising tree canopies, stump grinding removal, storm damage services, property cleaning and grading, demolition and rock removal, right-of-way maintenance. You got to get in touch with these people. 803-794-8253. Let me give you that again. 803-794-8253. Call right now and get a free estimate for the most challenging jobs, Pioneer Tree Service. So you're going to want to call somebody you can trust, and that is the Gant girls at Pioneer Tree Service.
803-794-8253. 888-848-5353. Or find us online at pioneertreesc.com.
Call Pioneer Tree Service for a free quote.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune in to Save Your Retirement with Pat Struby of Preservation Specialists. Join Pat as he talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen each Sunday morning at 10 to Save Your Retirement with Pat Struby of Preservation Specialists. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered through Kalos Capital Incorporated.
Cliff had a project he had to get done. He was in a hurry because the game was coming on. He put on his shoes. He put on his socks. Then out the door he went to install a mailbox. He was forgetting something he couldn't quite recall. Then it hit him. I have to make a call. He ran in the house. He grabbed his phone. He quickly dialed 811. His lines are marked so he can dig without flaw. It was fast, free, and easy. And it was also the law. Sponsored by South Carolina 811. Aired by SCBA in this station.
It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen with Pearson Fowler, Chris Clark, and Wes Mitchell on the home of the Gamecocks, 107.5 The Game.
11:38 Thursday morning, and welcome back into the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Pearson, Wes, and Chris here with you. We'll have Preston back in just a few minutes, but in the meantime, we're gonna buy some things. We're gonna sell some things, and if you want to buy or sell something like a house, Wes has a recommendation for you.
Yes, possibly the biggest purchase you will make in your entire life, and you want to do that with somebody by your side and somebody having your back. And Kendall Walsh, my realtor, she can be yours. She will do that for you. The Moore Company, 803-414-3590. You can find her at Work with Walsh on Twitter and Instagram. You can also shoot her an email, workwithwalsh@gmail.com. You may recognize that name. That's because Kendall Walsh, who was formerly Kendall Belk, used to work with the Gamecock Club, a huge Gamecock fan. You'll probably see her over at the game tonight. And she was the first female assistant director of the Gamecock Club. Hopefully I got that title right for you, Kendall. But she was fantastic for us, helped walk us through the process. We had some situations there where we put in offers and didn't get the answers we wanted. And, we're kind of down, and she helped, kind of push us on through the process. And we are moved in and happy thanks to Kendall. So give her a shout, 803-414-3590. And she is a sponsor of this buy or sell segment.
Before we get into that, just a couple of quick hits here in the text line. We're talking about what people want to see. I've been pushing for shutout. That was your pick as well, Wes. Rooster P says, what if it's a shutout, but it's only 16-0?
That's not going to happen, but that would not be good.
That's a good point, though. That's he articulated better what I could
one
not.
Sentence.
Yes, much like that's all I needed to say. That's what I was trying to say, but I was all blah, blah about it.
Okay, but what? All right, we can vote. What if it's 50 points, but it's 50?
Yeah, what if it's
43?
56 to 55?
But which one's more likely?
Oh, damn.
Right.
Both of those things would be
very surprising.
Quite.
Here was
bad.
my question to Preston earlier on this note, because again, I was pushing for shutout. He was pushing for no turnovers on offense. Would you be more satisfied if Carolina won, let's say 38-0, or if let's say it's the same final score as Charlotte, 56-20?
Probably a 56-20 because I mean, I would assume, again, you can get really deep into the weeds on this, but you would assume those are fourth quarters where it's walk-ons playing and all that when you're giving up those points.
You know what they say about assuming?
Yep, I
Make
do.
a butt board out of you and me. All right, let's buy some things.
All right, Gamecocks will score. We're going to keep this all moving here. An easy one. Gamecock will score 50 points, buy or sell. And we all make predictions on Gamecock Central, so the answers are out there. I guess everybody's going to stick to their picks.
So are you buying or selling?
I have to sell because I had Carolina scoring 49.
Chris?
Buy.
What was my final score prediction?
I think you had 56
I did?
something. Or
Yeah,
52.
buy.
You were in the 50s.
I was in the 50s?
I'm pretty sure.
Gobble, gobble. Let's buy it up.
You obviously had a ton of conviction.
I was doing it, I think, almost during this segment yesterday, trying to get it under the clock.
Marshawn Lloyd will average 8 yards per carry or more tonight in this football game.
Wes, I really like how you did that and didn't just go with like rushing yards. That like, you put a lot of thought into this. I appreciate that.
I did. It just popped in my head earlier.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
During the break.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I think that he will average 8 yards a carry. I think we saw him bust a couple of runs. I think that it will be a similar game to last week where he has, 15-ish carries, doesn't get a huge workload, but I think we'll see him bust a few more big runs and up his average.
Yeah. You kind of, to get the number that high, you have to break off a long one or two.
Mm-hmm. He was 11.5, right, against Charlotte?
Is that the number? Wow,
11.3.
Yeah.
I was about to sell, but I'm going to buy. I didn't realize it was that high against Charlotte. So with 8 being our level we set now, I'll buy it.
His only other short career performance that got close to 8 yards a carry was Florida last year. That was on 7 carries. Had 6.6 per carry. That's a tough one, man. I'll buy. I'm not super convicted, but I'll buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to be keeping up with these.
Yeah, Preston sold both of those, by the way. He just told me.
Did he?
No, but we'll
telepathically.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I think is an interesting one.
Oh.
Will buy or sell that South Carolina will play a third quarterback today? We've seen them play Luke Doty the last 2, so we're getting past that. And the caveat is that if the Carry-On Joyner, plays some Wildcat or gets in there, that doesn't count for the purposes of this question. So we're talking, does Colton Gauthier, Tanner Bailey, does
Braden
Davis, does one of those guys get in this game? So
Jalen Daniels.
Keep
wanting to call him Jaden because the LSU guy's confusing me.
Third string quarterback, buy or sell? Chris.
Whew. I'm going to buy.
Chris with a buy. Pearson.
Sell. I feel like however long the game goes, they're just going to look at it as opportunity to get Doty reps since he's the next man up and hadn't had a lot. I feel like it's going to be Doty time. I think we'll see third and fourth string offensive linemen, wide receivers, and running backs before they go to a third string quarterback.
I'm going to say just because we have seen Doty the last 2 weeks, I think it'll be Doty, and then maybe one of those like final drives where it's like a minute and 50 seconds left, and you're just handing the ball off.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
So I'm gonna buy it.
One of those guys just hand off to Little Turbo 2 times and then kneel on it.
Bonus question on the spot, Chris. Who is it?
The third string quarterback. I feared you were going to do that. Colton Gauthier is who I will go with.
Okay.
No.
I'll pick Corey Rucker because what can't that man do? Photography.
Going to play quarterback.
Yeah, why not?
Seems he might decide. I think quarterback would be fun.
Yeah, I'm really
the best
love
one on the
photography,
team.
but I think I'm going to be a quarterback now.
All right, next one. Defense will give up 0 points in the first quarter. Not the game, first quarter. I'll go first. Sell.
I'll sell.
No.
Nope. I'll buy.
Good.
I got it backwards in my head. God.
You need to get this up.
Been a long, short week.
I would like to buy this house. You want to sell it?
Yeah. I'm going deep. Yeah. Defense pitches a shutout in the first quarter. You said quarter?
Yes, quarter.
Yep. Bye.
I'm going to sell because we haven't seen it.
Is selling. Bonus, does the offense score a touchdown in the first quarter?
Sell. They never will again.
I'm buying it. They're scoring a touchdown today.
I'll buy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, today.
Yeah.
Not even Saturday. Not even tomorrow. Just later.
Yeah. Later today.
That's right.
Thursday.
Man, I love a Thursday.
Thursday
Carolina
night
should play
football.
all of its games on Thursday. How nice would that be?
What do y'all think the crowd's going to be like? I'm very curious.
52 announced.
I don't care about announced. I'm just talking about when we look out
52
there.
52 announced means 26,000 people.
When we look out there, we're going to be like, man, Thursday night rescheduled game right before a hurricane. There's a lot of people here. Or is it going to be more like, well, it's a Thursday night game. Not many people here.
Very few people. So my father-in-law has very good tickets. He's worked for USC for 30 years. He gave them to me. I was going to take my girls. And then it's a school night, so we're not going to do that. And then it wasn't a school night anymore, so maybe I could have taken him after all. Anyway, put on Twitter 4 tickets. Section 1, row 50. Come on, good seats. I got. Where is it? See, I use my hotkeys infrequently enough that I can't find them when I need them. I know I have a crickets in here. Just imagine crickets chirping in your ears.
How do you not have the crickets?
I know I have that. Hold on.
We're gonna do this. Takes the rest of the show.
I have this. Kawhi Leonard laughing, but I don't have crickets. I have this.
Premier League?
Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
Champions.
Yeah. What did that have to do with anything there?
Nothing. I'm just going through my hotkeys because I can't find the crickets. Whatever. Yeah, I don't think there will be a lot of interest. And y'all, I mean, y'all have been in the press box before, but like I did the internal PA one year, and so I'm sitting there with the folks, and like, hey, how many people do you think are here today? I don't know. 65,000. The announced attendance for today's game, 75,319.
You add some to whatever they say?
No, I don't. That wasn't me making it. Well, I would make the announcement, but it was like a game of telephone. Anyway, yeah, I'll be very curious to see what the crowd is like. Buy or sell. I don't know. Buy or sell. Wes is going to be at the game. You don't have to answer that. 803-404-6100. Wes will be there. Very good. I'll be there as well.
Come say what's up.
Yeah. We'll say, hey, we'll just post up outside the stadium and just greet everybody as they come in. That's our job now. 803-404-6100. If you have any more thoughts on South Carolina and SC State, let us know. Just a couple minutes left here in the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour.
The Halftime Show with Jay, Terry, and Tommy.
Noon to 3.
On your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5 The Game.
The demand for your used car is at an all-time high, and it's never been worth more. Herndon Chevrolet needs your trade. We'll buy your car, even if you don't buy ours. And to prove it, we're willing to beat any written offer by $500. That's right, we'll beat any written offer by $500. Visit Herndon Chevrolet today.
Herndon Chevrolet, Herndon makes you wanna smile.
Smile. 803-630-5929 for more details.
It's time for fall football in the South. Imagine watching the game from your stone paver patio, sitting around a cozy fire. Carolina Fresh Farms has everything you need to create the best outdoor space in the neighborhood. Natural stone, pavers, fire pits, outdoor fireplaces, and all the tools and supplies for your project. With 7 locations in South Carolina, visit their website at carolinafreshfarms.com to find the location nearest you. Carolina Fresh Farms, your landscaping supply specialist. Go Gamecocks!
You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, dirt, and germs, and it's why nose cleaning is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they also find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Nearly 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying things like, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. That's because Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger.
Something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the farmlands of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia.
The mountains of West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia.
To the beaches of Florida, South Carolina, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands.
We are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the South Carolina Army National Guard. Aired by the South Carolina Broadcasters Association and this station.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 107.5 The Game.
No, I don't. Sorry. My brother-in-law texted me and said his boss wanted him.
It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour.
Presented by Firehouse Subs. Founded by firemen with Pearson Fowler,
Chris Clark, and Wes Mitchell.
on the home of the Gamecocks.
107.5
The Game.
11:52 Thursday morning, game day. Wrapping things up here on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour. Pearson, Chris, Wes here with you. Breaking news. I believe this is legit because Ben Portnoy has retweeted it. And not that this affects us, but a lot of our listeners, because of course, we have a very broad and young listener base. University officials have just announced that due to inclement weather, campus will be closed Friday, September the 30th. All classes, including in-person and virtual, will be canceled. There you go. Wes, Chris, y'all don't have to go to class tomorrow.
Student section attendance just rose even more.
Yeah, you would
tonight.
hope so. Preston, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. I mean, you should come here, but campus is closed tomorrow.
Yes.
Shane Beamer did it. He said he didn't have any power. He was lying. He made it happen.
So what you're telling me is Thursday night football, no class on Friday, combined with weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Woo, if I was there.
Yeah.
College students, please.
Be careful.
And yes, be careful. Yes. The old man in us says be careful.
The college student, kind of looking back, is like, it's gonna be a fun couple of days. The old man is like, all right, guys, drink some water.
Pace yourself.
Yeah, pace yourself.
The actual current 29-year-old me is so excited, but for a very different reason. I'm just thinking about all the hurricane snacks that I'm gonna eat and all the couch that I'm not gonna leave this weekend. Very excited.
Oh boy.
So today, by the way, I was just on campus. We did our little live game day show with Kendall Smith, does a phenomenal job from on campus outside the Russell House. Russell House looks completely different now than than it ever did when I was there.
They call it the cockpit now, right? Or something like that. It's got a
I think it's still the Russell House, but I don't know.
I saw a video tour of the inside and it had some name.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. But do y'all think the majority of campus is going to all their classes today, B, going to morning classes and then going tailgating, or C, forget class, it's game day?
I don't know, man. Sometimes a lot of the students I work with over there, they're oddly more focused than I was and the people I knew in college. So they might be actually going to college.
There's a lot of undergrads.
Yeah.
How many undergrads does Carolina have? 30,000?
Upwards, something.
It goes
like
up
that.
every
the
single
student
year.
section seats 8, 6?
Yeah, but even if football is not your thing, class not being
that's true.
It's like, man,
That's
this is
true.
perfect.
What would you have done? No class, morning class, all class?
Well, me personally, I would have been playing football, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but
would have been no class for you.
it would have been no class on Thursday, yeah, for sure.
I would have been morning class probably.
Morning class and
Morning
then pack it in. Yep.
Yeah, same.
Yep. Unless the morning class was an 8 a.m. in close hip when you got to walk up the steps and it's psychology 101.
And it sounds like that was 50-50 every day anyway.
Yeah.
Game or not.
Then I would have gotten up and been like, man, look at the wind.
Dangerous to walk up.
Yeah, I don't think I can walk. We
Look
can't
at
do
those
that.
clouds. I can't. No.
Kendall's point was, and this is before class got canceled
She's
tomorrow.
a current student, right?
Current student. She's a senior. She was like, the real lack of class attendance will be Friday. And I was like, this is an excellent point. And obviously now it's canceled. But
Yeah. So she was exactly right. No attendance tomorrow. Can I get one more quick buy or sell? One more quick football thing before we get out of here? Because I like this one. My friend Joe just texted me this.
you are running the show, so go for it.
Yeah, y'all are beholden to my wishes. Buy or sell, Spencer Rattler completes at least 6 passes that are caught 15 yards down the field or further. Talking air
Good
yards
one.
here.
We don't have too long to go super deep in this. How much do y'all think the wind will affect passing today? I feel like he's
Talking
got
about
a strong
swing
enough
pass that ends up
arm
being a post?
and tight enough spiral. It probably doesn't, but do they run it a bit more just because of the wind effect? It's supposed to be I think 15, 20 miles an hour tonight, potentially.
Wow.
I'll buy.
Okay.
For what you just said. For all the talk we talked about Spencer's arm and arm talent, this is when it shows. He throws a phenomenal ball.
Yeah. I like it. I'm going to sell just because I don't know if he's done that yet this year.
You also could be right about that.
Wes, Chris?
I'll buy it just because I'm feeling
I'll buy. He
optimistic.
definitely attempted it against Arkansas. I'd feel pretty strongly that he attempted it. So yeah, I'll buy as well.
Cool. Very good. All right. Well, that's all we have time for here. Appreciate you all listening, being a part of the show. As always, enjoy the game tonight. Don't put up tents, and don't go to class tomorrow. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Celebrating our 15th anniversary is Columbia's Sports Talk Station, sponsored by Lexington Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
WNKT FM, Eastover, Columbia.
107.5 The Game.
A Cumulus media station.
I'm here with Jacob Crowder, known to our listeners as the mortgage guru. We're all hearing about mortgage rates right now. Jacob, what's the market telling you?
Now more than ever, it's important to know your mortgage banker. When working in a volatile market, it's important to be well informed and have the ability to move quickly. Working with a local bank gives you access to bank products and superior service. Here at First Palmetto, we have your best interest at heart and have the ability to get the job done. Call me today, 803-719-1005, or email me at jcrowder@firstpalmetto.com.
It's good stuff, Jacob. Tell me more.
We are still seeing a competitive purchase market. Having a strong pre-qualification from a local bank goes a long way with a tight market. With housing supplies still being minimal, we're doing a lot of construction loans. If you're looking to buy land and build on it, or if you're looking to build on land you already have, we're a great resource for construction loans. Call us today to discuss how we can help you. 803-719-1005 or email at jcrowder@firstpalmetto.com.
In times like these, you need an expert. Call the mortgage guru, Jacob Crowder, 803-719-1005.
First Palmetto Bank is an equal housing lender, a member of FDIC, and all loans are subject to approval.